I want to talk about the culture war. I want to talk about celebrity worship, and I want to talk about the dismantling of celebrity culture. But to do that, I've got to talk about my maths teacher. When I was younger, I had a brilliant maths teacher, right? And one day, like everyone at some point does, a kid in the class goes, "Sir, when are we ever going to use this? When are we ever going to use sine and cos and tan and trigonometry and on algebra and whatever it is?" And he didn't do the usual thing. He didn't tell us to be quiet or try to convince us we'd all be engineers. He looked at that guy and just went, "You're not going to use this. You're not very good at this. You're probably never going to use this. But your brain will." He said, "You're not learning trigonometry to use trigonometry. You're learning it because it connects things in your brain that nothing else will. It will make you a better problem solver. You'll start seeing patterns. You'll think differently. You'll get sharper in ways that you won't even notice." From that moment on, I fell in love with maths because he'd tell this story all the time and he'd go down the list. He'd talk about English and science and sport, but he'd always include creativity. He never forgot to include creativity in art. And this is the maths teacher, he's on the opposite end of the spectrum in terms of the curriculum, but he's the one reminding us of that importance of being creative, of doing creative things. Not because we'd all learn to become actors or singers or painters, but because it would change us. Because learning how to make things, how to express things, makes you a fuller human being. It rewires how you think and how you feel and how you connect to each other and to the world. I think about him so much lately because while I don't miss the old world of celebrity worship, the tears, the obsession, the screaming, I am worried about what we're losing in kind of this dismantling of celebrity culture. To me, it's not just about the fame, it's about the fascination. It's about the curiosity we used to have for craft, the same curiosity that my maths teacher wanted us to have for equation. I remember talking to a friend once about that great moment at the end of Infinity War with Tom Holland, where he allegedly improvises the line, "I don't want to go." And then my friend turns to me and she just goes, "Yeah, I don't really like Zendaya." Who's talking about Zendaya? That's the point, right? We've stopped caring about the fascination so we can be angry about the fame. And so we've stopped caring about lighting and cinematography and casting and direction, the hours of skill and discipline that go into making something feel effortless. We've stopped being curious about the invisible work of art just so we can be louder about our judgments of celebrity. And I do think that in trying to destroy celebrity, we've destroyed our relationship as the audience and as people to craft. We've become embarrassed to be fascinated, to admit that some people are truly great at what they do. And that fascination, that curiosity, it's vital because you don't learn trigonometry to use it, just as you don't love art only because you want to be an artist. You love it because it changes you. I'm not advocating for celebrity worship or tears over stars. I'm just saying fascination. That's the good bit. That's how we learn. That's how we grow. And that's how we become better at being human.